as a former CI officer who carried a gun with the agency and who now carries concealed every single day, why do I hate Glocks? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm also going to tell you why most people who have been in my position or been in the military love Glocks. I'll get to that in a second. So why do I not like Glocks? Why do I love 1911s? Or I'm going to put this down because I don't have a holster on me right now. Why do I love guns like the Sig Sauer P365? Why would I take a 1911 or why would I take a Sig Sauer P365 or a Walther PPQ or a Walther Creed? Great gun. Walther Creed, if you can get it, awesome trigger, inexpensive gun, but they don't make it anymore. Why would I take a Springfield XD? Why would I take all the guns I just mentioned instead of a Glock? Well, one, the trigger. I hate Glock trigger. Everybody knows Glock trigger is terrible. But you know what happens when I say that? He's like, oh no, Glock triggers aren't terrible. I just did I put a custom trigger job in there. I just dropped a new trigger in there. I don't want a gun where I'm gonna have to go do a custom trigger job to like the trigger. So everybody knows Glocks do not have the best triggers. So that is one reason why after I left Uncle Sam, I don't carry Glock anymore. Trigger. What is number two? Ergonomics. Listen, we know the ergonomics aren't great. We know it's not a natural pointing, natural aiming gun. Everybody knows that. We go back down here. Grab my 1911 again. We know the grip angle here on the 1911 is better. We know that the 1911 is a more natural pointing gun. I mean, it's a great gun. That's why it's been around so long, over 100 years. So Glock doesn't have the world's best grip angle, which is why when I come out, I want a more natural pointing gun. I just want it to be natural. Can I shoot a Glock? Yes. Have I shot a Glock many times? Yes. Did I carry a Glock in my past life? Yes. But once I had the option of what to carry, I said, no thanks, I don't want a Glock anymore. I want a gun with a better trigger. I want a gun with better ergonomics. I want a gun that out of the box, I don't have to put a lot of bells and whistles and, do a whole job on. So why do so many former military, why do so many of my former colleagues love Glock? Well, when you're with the government, you get to shoot a Glock. You don't have a choice of what gun you can carry. Same thing with a lot of law enforcement. I was a police officer before I joined the CIA and we got to shoot a Glock. So you don't have a choice to say, hey, I would rather carry a Sig Sauer P320, or I'd rather carry a Walther XD or whatever, right? Or not a Walther XD, excuse me, I just had a brain freeze. A Walther PPQ or Springfield XD. You don't have that option. It's what you're forced to carry. And what do we as humans do? Well, we don't like change. So if you've carried a gun that is a Glock as a police officer for the last 30 years, if you've carried a Glock when you're with the intelligence community for the last 20, 30 years or whatever, or in the military for the last X amount of years, you don't want to change, right? We're used to it. We've been carrying it for the last several years. That's why many of them love the Glock, because they don't like change. They've been carrying it so long. As for me, as soon as I left the agency, I was like, I'm going on a gun buying spree. I bought all these kinds of guns, I tested them, and these days, as I said, I like the 1911. I like Walther handguns, got great triggers for a polymer gun. I like the Sig Sauer handguns, also good triggers. So those are the guns you're gonna find me carry for the majority of the time, and now all you Glock fanboys, please send me as much hate as you can, and yes, I still hate Glock.